Hey, Double P here. So in today's trading session, attack the Nvidia, and I gotta tell you, it took a while for the move to unfold, and there was a lot of ups and downs, and we were down probably about 20%, maybe 30%, but I just held the trade because that's what you have to do in the setup. And I'm gonna show you the setup. I'm gonna show you the reason why I stayed in the trade. So hopefully you guys and girls stayed in the trade. If you didn't stay in the trade. No problem. It is what it is. So first of all, let's go over here. So margin account, real live margin account. Stock is a real time. MX, New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, all real time feeds. Equity options, real-time feeds. Futures, I don't trade futures, but I can have real-time feeds on other areas of the platform, which I'll show you in a quick second. Forex is real-time, others in real-time, so real-time account. So I want to come over here to charts. Let's get it all loaded up. It's going to take a bit for it to load up, so that you can see it there. It's all live, real time. So my feeds are live. I get real time feeds for futures and forex and everything. So I don't really care. One of the things you have to understand is your broker, depending on who your broker is, your broker might be your best friend. Your broker could be your worst nightmare. They want you to get you to pay for extra things on the platform that you don't really need to pay for. So if you don't know, you don't know. And if you think, well, because they're only going to give you an account because you got to load up on all these other subscription feeds and do all this other kind of stuff, then it is what it is, right? But, after years of doing this, you kind of figure some stuff out that, you don't really want to need to pay for a whole bunch of feeds and a whole bunch of other bells and whistles that already come with the platform if you just dig into the platform. That's neither here nor there. So let's get into this trade here at, what's the first thing we always do? Let me shrink this down so that you can see it a little bit better, because this was a trade. So here we are, here's the box. What's the box? If I'm not looking at you as I'm talking, I'm looking at my screens here, so I don't mean to be rude. So what's the box? Well, the box is support and resistance. Right? The box is volatility. The box is volume. The box is price action, right? That's what's inside of the box. So what did I always tell you? When the position opens up above the box and it opens up strong above the box, 9 times out of 10, it's going to rip up, hit a high really quickly, then it's going to come crashing back down, because it opened up too strong, right? If it opens up slightly above the box, we're going to go take a long position, because it's going to be like a half day trade or day trade. It's going to be strong going long, right? Same thing happens if the position opens up under the box, slightly under it. It's going to be a long day where it's going to be just a slow grind to the downside. And the position is going to go like this. It's going to fizzle down. If it opens up way under the box, then it's going to try to come all the way back up to the box, fight to break through this no trade zone, and either tag the top of the box and break out, or it's going to tag the top of the box and break down, or it'll hit the bottom of the box and break down. So that's what happens. So let's come over here so that you see here. And so let me open this up now. So here's what happens, and I'll map out the channels and I'll map out the resistance points for you. So keep in mind here, this is resistance, this is resistance right here. This is support, this is resistance. And this was resistance, and this was resistance and support. So it's interchangeable. These are gravity points. I drew them out at the very beginning. They're pivot points as well, gravity points. So the position opens up. As you can see here, it rips to a high of 404 right out of the gate, like 5 minutes into it. Nice 5-minute bull candle. Let me come over here to the 5-minute chart. Let me set this up here from the 5-minute so that you can see it. Let me open it up. So here's what I see in real time on the 5-minute, right? What is this setup right here? What is this setup? 1, 2, 3. Always go back 3 candles for your configuration for your setup. What is this setup right here? What is this? Does this look like an inside harami to you? Does this look like a bearish inside harami to you? Right? This configuration minus the wicks, minus those wicks. Look at the setup, right? This is what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at taking this position here. You can see here the 385 put. It's right on this point right here. Hit a high of, 948. Hit a high of 296. So keep that in mind. So here we go, 945. Right here's the setup I'm looking at. Because of the volatility right here, this is low level or mid-level consolidation, and it was just volatile. Notice how I said 402, 399. This is the area where it's jammed up right here and right here. So I'm looking at that levels, I'm looking at that price action, I'm looking at the volatility, and it's just congestion. This is what I call mid-level congestion and consolidation. It's just jammed. It's waiting to either break out or break down. So I wait here. I'm looking at this setup right here. This is a beautiful inverted sell hammer right here. Top of that wick is pushing it right down. And then this setup, and then this setup. So that's when I send out the trade to my guys to get into position for right there, right? So you see that nice, beautiful drop, and then all of a sudden, the rip comes right back. So this was the low, this was the low, this was the low, this was the low, and this was the low. Then it just ripped, right? Off this gravestone doji right there, turned bullish. But you know what? See these levels right here, 402.32, 399.13. I'm staying in that box. I'm staying in that move. I'm staying in there all the way through. Chop, 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 chop. Staying in there all the way through. Staying in there. Staying in there all the way through. Right? It's going up. It's going down. Here's where I get out right here. 1016. 1017, so 1016, that's when I get out, because I'm just like, I was down, I think it was like, I don't know, minus 25% at one particular point, but I'm looking at this volatility box. So let me draw out the box for you. Let me draw out the box for you because I showed you the price levels. So let me come over here. I'm staying in this trade. There's your box. And there's what I was waiting for. That drop to the downside, right? Whipsaw, and this is like the no trade zone right there, right? This is like, you're in this zone, you gotta ride it out. It's a slow grind in this zone, up and down, up and down. And then I just waited, right? Next leg down, because I see what's going to be happening here. How far away are we from the box? You know, that's the low. Hits the low of the day right there, but I'm already out right here. So I'm like, okay, I'm good, right? So let's move over to the rest of the day, see where we are. So there's the bounce, there's the bounce, there's the bounce off the lows. Rips again. But if you notice, let me activate this drawing here. if you notice, there's where we are once again, right? So that zone, 402.32, 399.13, that's that volatility zone right there. Then, you know, we're up $5, 1.45%. It's just crazy, right? So stuff like that, you have to kind of say to yourself, I say to myself, I got to stay in the trade, right? I wasn't going to sit there and do a minus 20% or minus 25% loss when I'm mapping everything out and I'm looking at the volatility. And I can just see, okay, there's going to come a point in time where this is going to drop and I'm going to be positive, right? So let's come over here. Let's go over here. Let's close that up. Let's look at the volatility here. So 333,000 contracts already. Anything noticeable, 35% between the market, right? Getting the puts going. 38%. So you know what I mean? People are market makers, institutions, hedge funds. All right, they're in between the market. They're undecided what to do with NVIDIA today. All right, where's the volatility? Well, let's come over here and we'll open that up and we'll look at the volatility. You know, volatility is 54%, right? 50% vol. 16 plus or minus $16 over the next 3 days. This thing is supposed to move. It's moved $5, right? So today, what's it supposed to move? The market makers say $10. So let's kind of do the math together. 16, 17 divided by 3 gives us $5.39. What do we move already today? We moved more than that. We moved $9 today. So NVIDIA does stuff like that. So at 539, let's have a look at 401. And let's do $6 move to the downside, 395, right? Well, what do I have over here? I have a 385. The reason why I got the 385 is because when you look at the price points, like this right here before earlier on was like $8, $9. I'm not paying $8 for an option. That's just ridiculous, right? It's already lost, and it was over at 44% percent change at one particular point when I was looking at the option chain. I was like, I'm not paying that much for it. That's ludicrous, right? I'll sell it, but even then I don't want to sell it because it's a 38 delta, and I don't want to sell a 38 delta for premium. If I'm going to sell a premium, I'm going to come down here to a 7 delta and for premium. But that's neither here nor there. That's another lesson. That's another lesson to take. So that's where we are right here. Now, what's going to happen today? Well, there's the volatility box right there. That's the box, right? All the way through. So it's either going to trade in that zone all for the rest of the day, somewhere in there, or it's going to break out, or it's going to break down. But there's the low, and then there's the high, 404. So we'll see what happens. But that's neither here nor there. I wanted to let you know that's the trade. Sometimes you just have to stay in the trade. I know it's difficult. I know it's tough. When you're hitting like minus, 15%, minus 20%, minus 25%, some traders, they have to bail. You have to have a risk tolerance. You have to be disciplined in your stop losses. That's why I send out the stop losses for you, right? So here we go here. Let me just go over here. Here's the trade alert. Let me move this over here. So it's a 385 strike put. That's what I sent out to my guys. I got out plus 10.13% profit, And like I said in the text alert, this was a slow grind, sitting in the position, waiting for the move to roll over. It was, what am I going to do? I'm not going to get emotional about it. I've told you guys and girls many times, don't get emotional in this particular marketplace. Don't get emotional about the stock market. You get emotional about the stock market, you've already lost. You get emotional about your position, you've already lost, right? Because you're going to make stupid decisions, or you're going to make reckless decisions, or you're going to make miscalculated decisions that's going to cause you to get out of a trade when you should stay in the trade, or vice versa, right? So, because you got emotional about it. So you're wondering, what did I make today? Very small profit today. I'm actually very blessed because I was down. I think I was down at one point. I think it was like 5,300. So pulled it out, $700. I'm in the green. It's all I care about. At the end of the day, it's all I care about. I'm in the green. You know what I mean? If I had to take the loss today, I would have sat and I would have took the loss. But I knew, based on the analytics, based on the fundamentals, based on the price action, the volatility, everything I'm looking at, I'm showing you guys what I'm looking at, not hiding anything. This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the different sectors. I'm looking at what's going on. You know, I'm coming over here. I'm looking at this is my market report. This is my market breadth report. This is what I look at. Everything else is garbage and junk. This is all I look at. I look at the different sectors. I look at what's up. I look at what's down. I'm looking at what's flat, right? So I can understand my positions. So that's what you need to do as well. So that's it from Double P. Hope you enjoyed this end of the day trading recap. Hope you stayed in the trade. Hope you're profitable. If not, we get right back at it again tomorrow. Never get emotional. All right, take care, everybody.